Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Parrish and I'm doing a presentation for my object-oriented programming class here at BYU, Idaho. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that I learned throughout this semester, as well as show you examples of code that either sometimes the team wrote or in many cases I wrote for the project that we've been working on all semester. So let's get this started. So at first we're going to talk about static versus non-static variables. A static variable is one that's declared once and it doesn't change. And so that means there's one copy of it that can be shared amongst different objects and be called upon. However, a non-static variable is one where each object has its own instance or variable. And so one of the major differences that can happen between them is that for a static variable or function, it can be called upon with or without the class name in it, just because there's only one. So it doesn't really make a difference to call it from different with the class names. However, non-static always needs a class name. Now the code I'm going to show you, the static function that we're going to call is with the class name. Just know that it doesn't necessarily have to be there. And so here for my example, I have dungeon quest.getCurrentGame. .getCurrentGame is a static variable or function that is calling. However, then down here we have actor.getName. That one is not static. That one was assigned as just a public get name. And earlier in the game, we use get name or set name to say what the player's name is. Here we have get name. We also have different various actors, enemies, things like that. And so there's many of them, and get name is going to get each actor's thing. So here we have a 4 that goes through the list of actors that we have to figure out which one's the strongest and things like that. And right here I'm just showing you an example of the get name. It's just a public string. There's no static there. And so we had to call it with the class name, which was actor, which is up here. Next, we have the array list, and an enum. Array and enum are the same in the sense that they have fixed lengths, and they both need to have the same data types throughout the entire list of variables that they have within it. However, an array list is not set in length, and so it can add to, be taken away from. It's more variable than the other ones. Let me just show you an example of an enum. Here we have an enum. It's set, it's fixed. There's nothing that can change about these. And so we have here we have our different scene types, and so in total we have 15 scenes here, and nothing's going to change about them. Here we have an example of calling upon a list that we have for our inventory. So we have several different armor, weapons, and things like that, and here is a function to figure out which is the strongest, to give the player an idea of what he needs to go find to go fight the dragon that's in this game. And so here we're calling upon an array because it is a set length. We don't have more inventories being able to go in, go out, or anything like that, or be created. So it is a set length. It's calling from an array, and it's using this 4. So it's going to go through every single inventory item that we have declared, find its name and its strength, and then it's we created variable strong inventory to say which one's the strongest. If strong inventory is null, that means whatever item is being called upon, which will be the first one, is the new strong inventory. However, if it is not null, then it's going to go to this else if inventory. It's going to check what inventory item it's on that level versus what's already in strong inventory. And if it's greater, that new one becomes strong inventory. Otherwise, it just stays where it was. And then we have it declaring, hey, this is the strongest item, and with the name. Next, we have our throw, try, and catch. These runtime errors. Throughout the programming of this game, we were using system.out or return to give us certain values to let us know if it's working or not. So sometimes we'd say it's false or it's 0 to tell us that it's not working. This throw kind of lets us get rid of that return, get rid of that check value, and if there is an issue, it's going to throw us an error message, which we've declared within that function. And it's going to throw it up the hierarchy of the classes. So here we have an example. We have our question control, which is going to my white wizard view. And we have different throw statements here to be able to throw error messages. So if the variables are less than 0, it says you've entered an invalid number. You can't do negatives. If it is equal to 0, you need to enter numbers greater than 0. That doesn't work for this problem. And then if the result is not equal to 1, because the result needs to equal the answer addition and answer multiplication divided by each other. If that's not happening, then it gives them this throw message, and it just throws it up to the white wizard view where I have a try catch. To describe a try catch, try is saying run this program. Catch is gonna, if it doesn't work, if there is an error, then it needs to give a statement. So let's go look at our white wizard view. So here I have a try catch. I have 2 different ones. We're going to focus on this one because it's going to do the calculation, which is going to the white wizard question within the question control, which is what we just looked at here. It's going to do this problem, return the result. Result is going to be our calculation. And it's going to say, hey, if they entered zeros, this catch is where that error message is thrown, and it's going to display the error message. However, if it doesn't, then it's going to do this, give us say what happened and things like that. And next, we have our character versus our byte. Java initially was only for byte streams. Byte streams were single bytes, single character, which was great for Western languages. That's all that was needed to support them. However, for all the languages, that's not what was going to work. And so character streams were needed because they could handle 2 bytes. And it was in a Unicode is what it's called. So what's really beneficial about a character stream is that it's easier to use when needing to print reports or to print to text or anything like that easier. And I'm going to show you that within the game right now. And I'm also going to show you how the game functions. And so our game is Dragon Quest or Dungeon Quest. You're trapped in this dungeon. You need to find your way around, beat different villains to get different inventory items. And the way to win is either you beat 7 villains and go to the finish room, or you beat the dragon. So let's go ahead and run this. All right, asks us to enter our name, start new game. And I'm going to show you within our map menu, I created this map list view function that's intended to print out a list of all the rooms in the game. And so this print writer right here, this is what's important. This print writer is what gives it to a character stream. Without that, it wouldn't be able to happen. It wouldn't be able to print the way it needs to print. And so that's what's key to running this. So I'm just going to do Report, show report of all rooms. Let's print, let's name it map, room map. .txt, and it says print success. And so now we're going to come in here, find our print. So here we have our room map, which is the one I created, and we can see it printed out. Gives us each room name, description, and it's all good to go. All right, and so then just to show you a couple other functions, I want to show you that error message that comes with the white wizard. So let's quit this. Let's move around the map. Invalid selection. So that's one of our other throw ones, but that's not the point right now. White wizard is in room 2-1. All right, so the white wizard here is telling us a description of himself, and then saying, if you can solve my riddle, then I'm going to give you some aid. All right, so to solve the riddle is you need 3 positive numbers that give the same result multiplied and added. All right, so press 0 to start. All right, and that's this for the first number. First, I'm going to give you the error message, and so let's put zeros for everything. All right, here we can see the numbers you enter must be more than 0. All right. And so now let's actually do it the right way. And so I know 1, 2, 3 when added together is 6, as well as when it is multiplied together equals 6. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, right? And then it tells us, hey, you are doing well. This is what room you're actually in. This is what you need to be able to fight the dragon and things like that. All right, and so let's go ahead and quit to the main map. And yeah, now you can kind of see it's functioning within each room. So let's actually go back to the map. Move around. Let's go. You can see I had quit out, and so then it had it doesn't tell me I visited the wizard room. Let's go beat a zombie. So let's go beat Diane. Diane is in 1-0. So it tells us she has a strength of 18. Oh, well, what's my strength? I didn't. Is it a T or an I? Obviously. View your inventory. Here we go. We have an inventory menu. Let's see my strength. My strength is 20, so I know I can beat her. All right, so let's go back. Let's fight Diane. You have beat Diane. All right, do you want to pick up an item? Yes. All right, now let's go. Let's return to a previous menu, which was fighting Diane. And let's go look at strength to show that it changed. All right, so let's go view inventory, strength. So now I have 25 because I picked up a new weapon. All right, and lastly, I'm going to just show you, we're not going to beat the dragon because you have to beat every enemy in the game to be able to do that. Let's just go to the finish room, which is 4-4. And it just asks us, have you beat 7 monsters? So this is on the honor system. Yes, and it tells us you have won the game. So that's our game, Dungeon Quest, and that's all the code that I'm going to show you today, and I hope you enjoyed it and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.